Hello guys, MikuChibi here. Welcome back to our Sword Art Factor. And today we're gonna talk about the newest banner, Sanya's birthday, because today is her birthday. So happy birthday to Sanya. So with her birthday banner, we do have two new birth skill, and you can also see it's a step up banner with 3 steps. Step 1, 3% up. Step 2, regular price. Step 3, a guaranteed random Sanya, but you also have increased drop rate for the future ed, 1.3 on step 2 and 2% on step 3. And this one is available till the 7th of November, so I have roughly 9 to 10 days to decide if you want to pull on Sanya or not. And the first skill we're gonna have a look is Starlit Halloween Sanya. It has a hand stun resistant and slash boost. A hand stun rest 4, stun resistant 7%. These are really good, gonna be really useful for certain content where the boss usually stun you a lot. For example, float for free, which I usually farm. That one stuns a lot, so that can be annoying, but sometimes maybe like squad jumple, it can also be really good. This is based on maximum broken, so I guess at level 80 it should be around 60%, which is still pretty good. 60% stun resistant, and we add some more stun resistant, and that should add up to 100, so this is pretty good. And then we have slash boost 3 add above, where slash element weakness damage 1% per stack, 1 stack, 3 stack for 30 seconds. This is going to be really useful if you are specializing on stacking. If you're like casual player, you don't need to worry about this, but this one is going to be really useful for late game players that is focused on adding more damage to the skill. Slash boost going to be really useful for any slash weakness content, and probably going to be really useful especially for Underground B7 that is going to be released tomorrow. I believe it is weak to slash water or slash dark, something like that, so it's gonna be really useful. And then for chain, skill power is added 150 when using switch. This is really good. Skill power added using switch, this is actually really good. So the chain effect really good, the effect skill effect also really good, so this is a not bad Sanya to get. This is a really good one. Next one, we have leading the Envoy Sanya. Is a sword skill, indiscreet dark skill animation, 26 SP, slash and dark, 60-second cooldown, 80 switch gauge, 13 breakage. Switch gauge pretty good, but breakage pretty bad, pretty low. It does 2000, 90% damage, 8 hit AoE. Now, indiscreet, I believe that is the fast AoE. If you remember the pirate Kirito, like a few months ago, I believe it has also the same animation. So indiscreet, I think, is the fast animation with a hit. Is pretty good and really useful. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. For skill effect, this one can apply dark palette buff, dark element damage 1%, 3 stack of 20 seconds, and if you use switch gain 9 seconds instead of 3. And the other one, all grudge, when equipped 4 or more critical skill in same set, all grudge 10 stack will affect the player. If you don't know what all grudge is basically curse, I think it's called. The old one is curse, but all grudge is more effective. It reduces all element except for dark, and also reduces non-element. So if you're using a non-element and using this one, well, your non-element damage gonna deal less damage, and also you do take more damage as well, ×2, something like that, or ×4. And more than that, I remember if you added more, but it's like worse than curse, but doesn't hurt you as long as you don't get hit, and really good in a dark build. It do require to have 4 crit skill, so you have to think about where can you put in 4 crit skill if you are planning to play around the grudge. Otherwise, you can use the ignore, use don't equip 4 crit skill, and then you can focus on stacking dark element. So this one is not bad, really good for those that focus on dark element stacking. So we have 2 birth skill that is focused on stacking. Interesting. Yeah, not bad. And let's see, leading of the Envoy Sanya is 4 skill with higher damage roll total, increased after limb breaking. Yeah, I mean, this is mostly support skill, so you don't really need to limb break this one unless you have spare niters, then go ahead. Otherwise, I do not recommend limb breaking support skill when they only focus on buffing your damage, your main damage. The drop rate, we have 4%, 4-star, but since Sanya doesn't have that many skill, we have 50% chance, or 0.50%. So now, let's have a look and see what other Sanya skill that you can get in this banner if you plan to pull on this Sanya birthday. In the Sanya's birthday banner, these are the skills that you get other than the future. We have Chain, Full Burst, Axle, Awakening, Support, Passive Free, and the rest skill. The ones I put it here are basically that I think are really good. Free ones, they will all be free, you can get them for free, and the rest I think they are like bad or niche or something like that, really hard to play around. So for chain, this one gonna be really good in chain build. I believe this is I forgot. Festival Sanya, this one gives either fire or dark stacking. Either way, chain skill is really good, have really useful skill effect and stuff. And you're probably seeing how any player playing around chain is really useful. And for full burst, this one is also good. This is slash dark, remember, so gonna be really good in any slash dark content. For Axel, we have only one, and this one mostly focuses on water stacking. So if you're currently building a water DPS where you do need some water stacking, then getting this one could be really nice to have. For Awakening, this is mostly if you want to focus on more stacking. I believe most of the skill has Night Erosion, which gives you attack percent. And then this one is the Night Shield, focused on defense stacking. This one is probably the one of the best because it has the Erosion Knight, gives you attack percent, but also muscle build up. So you have more attack here. So this one has 2 stacking that it focuses on attack, so it can be really useful. And then support, this is another support that focuses on stacking. For passive, we do have some really good passive. 2 powers 4. If you're missing powers 4, then you have a chance to have powers 4 here. This one focuses on defense, flat defense, vital extension 3, gives you 300 or up to 300 defense. This one is kind of special. This one focuses more into playing around Frostbite. If you know how to play around Frostbite, or if you're currently building a build where you're required to have Frostbite on yourself, then this one might be really useful. I believe this one gives like 1500 attack if you have Frostbite, or 50% attack, one of them. I don't remember, but I do know that this one is a really good one, especially for those that are playing around Frostbite on themselves. So that was a skill I want to go through. So yeah, Sanya do have meta skill. Most of them are sword, so keep it in mind. This is sword, 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 sword. Then if she has some skill that is not sword, for example, this one is an axe. This one can be really useful if you want to increase blunt damage. This one for switch gate and also attack buff on bow, really nice. So overall, I would say Sanya do have many good skill, especially if you like to build stacking, then stacking can be really nice to pull on to get some. So now the question is this banner worth someone on? Well, it really depends on what you have and what you need, of course. I would say this one is good if you're looking for Sanya skill to improve your build. For example, if you need some power rise 4, then getting one of them power rise 4 can be really nice for any build, sword, okay, not sword, but rapier, axe, etc. So getting power rise 4 can be really nice if you're missing a power rise 4. If you need some stacking skill to get more damage, then getting some of that awakening skill can be also really nice. If you're looking for water stacking, then yet this one can be really nice. So it is really good. Some Sanya skill can be really nice to have. And this one is really good, especially if you want to improve your dark build, your sword dark build, I would say. So getting the buff skill is pretty good. This one gonna be really good in a sword dark build. You have dark element stacking and also old grudge that improve the dark element damage, so it can be really nice. And this one gonna be really useful for any slash build because of the slash stacking, slash element weakness, pretty nice to have. And also stun resistance is not bad to have as well. And also the skill effect, 150 skill power added during switch. When you activate the chain and all your skill is switching, you are adding 150. So this one is really nice to have. This one gonna be really useful for any slash builds, dagger and sword. And not only that, we do have this full burst. This full burst is dark element. So if you're getting the full burst, then you're getting both the skill, then you have a decent dark stat as a beginner. So I would say the banner is pretty good for beginner as well. If you manage to get the full burst and the both burst skill, then it's pretty good. Maybe you also need the chain, so you're gonna also need a chain and some dark skill, so getting some dark skill can also be nice. So it is not bad for beginner as well. If you're a player that is a beginner trying to get started, then pulling this one is not bad. If you want to build a dark element sword, then pulling this one is not bad either. If you want to improve your slash build, then getting the Sanya passage also pretty nice. So this one is not bad. Other than that, if you really like Sanya as a character, then also definitely worth it. I'm looking at your power. I know you're currently streaming. I wish you good luck. Hopefully you do not get the flying with Sanya. That's all I'm asking for. The only thing that is not worth, if you're currently happy with current build, you have already SPS, you're currently building around SPS or MR Yuki, then you can burn skip this banner. This is mostly for those looking for specific skill to improve their damage, like stacking or dark element or water, then they're pretty good. I mean, Sanya is mostly used sword skill, that's all. So if you're maining rapier, spear, bow, then you can pretty much skip. You don't really need this Sanya skill. And this one can also really good for bow, to be honest, or rapier, or spear, or any skill that rely having frostbite. This one is pretty good. but that is 1 in, I don't know how many skills there are, but there are many, so you have a pretty low chance. I mean 0.15% chance to get this one. So yeah, TLDR, only pulling this banner if you want to improve your sword, or if you're a new player and want to start building sword, then this one is pretty good. Other than that, if you need stacking or powers 4 and any specific skill that Sanya have, then you can also pull for that. If you're currently happy with your current build, then you can skip this banner and save a congen for future banner. But that's me, thank you guys for watching, see you guys next time, take care now, and bye bye.